Hello everyone, and welcome to the World War Photographer channel. Today we will discuss World War II, the Allied invasion of Europe. Don't forget to subscribe to support our work. It truly means a lot to us. In July 1943, Allied forces troops, guns, and transport rush ashore, ready for action, at the beginning of the Allied invasion of the Italian island of Sicily. During the invasion of Sicily, an American cargo ship loaded with ammunition explodes after being hit by a bomb from a German plane off Gela on the southern coast of Sicily on July 31st. Over the body of a fallen comrade, Canadian infantrymen advance cautiously up a narrow lane in Campochiaro, Italy, on November 11th. The enemies had left the town as the Canadians advanced, leaving only sniper nests to slow their progress. While under heavy machine gun fire from the German coastal defense forces, American soldiers wade ashore off the ramp of a US Coast Guard landing craft during the Allied landing at Normandy, France, on D-Day, June 6, 1944. A Royal Air Force Baltimore light bomber releases a series of bombs during an attack on the railway station and junction in the snow-covered town of Sulmona, a crucial point on the east-west route across Italy in February. Nazi infantrymen take cover in a house in southern Italy on February 6th, waiting to attack after the Stukas had completed their work. Fifth Army artillery observers look over the German-held Italian town of San Vittore on November 1st, 1943, before launching an artillery barrage to drive out the enemies. Desolation fills the Italian city of Cassino in May 1944, the day after the city was captured by the Allies. Hangman's Hill, scene of intense fighting during the long siege, is visible in the background. A US reconnaissance unit searches for enemy snipers in Messina, Sicily, in August 1943. An Italian woman kisses the hand of a US Fifth Army soldier after troops advance into Naples and push northward through Italy on October 10th. US soldiers march past the Roman Colosseum and follow their retreating enemy in Rome, Italy on June 5, 1944. Lieutenant General Lucien K. Truscott, Jr., commanding general of the Fifth Army in Italy, speaks to African-American troops of the 92nd Infantry Division after repelling a German attack in the hills north of Viareggio. Mount Vesuvius erupts, spewing ash into the sky, as a US Army jeep speeds by shortly after the arrival of Allied forces in Naples, Italy. A low-flying Allied plane sends German soldiers scrambling for shelter on a beach in France before D-Day in 1944. The planes were taking photos of German coastal defenses in preparation for the upcoming invasion on June 6th. General Dwight D. Eisenhower delivers the order of the day, "Full victory, nothing else," to paratroopers in England on June 6th, just before they board their planes to take part in the first assault of the invasion of Europe. All the men with General Eisenhower are members of Company E. American troops march through the streets of a British port town on their way to the docks, where they will board landing craft for the D-Day assault in June. US Rangers aboard a troopship in an English port await the signal to sail to the coast of Normandy. Clockwise from the far left are First Sergeant Sandy Martin, who was killed during the landing, Technician 5th Grade Joseph Markovich, Corporal John Losciavo, and at the bottom, Private First Class Frank E. Lockwood. A section of the armada of Allied landing craft with protective barrage balloons heads toward the French coast in June 1944. Smoke billows from a US Coast Guard landing craft approaching the French coast on June 6th, after German machine gun fire caused an explosion by setting off an American soldier's hand grenade. Canadian soldiers land on Courseulles Beach in Normandy on June 6th as Allied forces storm the Normandy beaches during D-Day. Some of the first assault troops to hit the beachhead in Normandy, France, take cover behind enemy obstacles to fire on German forces, while others follow the first tanks plunging through the water toward the German-held shore on June 6th. US reinforcements wade through the surf as they land at Normandy in the days following the Allies' June 1944 D-Day invasion of France. Members of an American landing party assist others whose landing craft was sunk by enemy action off the coast of France. These survivors reached Omaha Beach by using a life raft on June 6th. Canadian soldiers from the 9th Brigade land with their bicycles at Juno Beach in Bernier-sur-Mer during D-Day as Allied forces storm the Normandy beaches. American soldiers on Omaha Beach recover the dead after the June 6th. 13 Liberty ships, intentionally scuttled to form a breakwater for invasion vessels landing on the Normandy beachhead, lie in a line off the beach, shielding the ships inshore. The artificial harbor installation was prefabricated and towed across the channel. Allied troops unload equipment and supplies on Omaha Beach in Normandy, France, in early June. Tow planes and gliders fly above the French countryside during the Normandy invasion in June 1944, as part of an objective for the US Army 9th Air Force. Gliders and 2 planes are circling, with many gliders having landed in fields below. Reinforcements for the initial Allied invaders of France begin their march on June 18th in Normandy, with long lines of troops and supply trucks. American soldiers rush across a dirt road under enemy fire near Saint-Lô in Normandy, France on July 25th. Others crouch in a ditch before making the crossing. 5 wounded Germans, left without food or water for 3 days, hide in a Normandy farmhouse, waiting for a chance to surrender. Acting on information from a French couple, US soldiers go to the barn, but are attacked by snipers determined to prevent their capture. After a skirmish, the snipers are dealt with, and the wounded Germans are taken captive in France on June 14th. Helmets discarded by German prisoners who were taken to a prison camp lie in a field in Normandy, France, in 1944. Above the Netherlands, American tow planes with gliders strung out behind them fly high over a windmill in Valkenswaard, near Eindhoven, on September 25, 1944, on their way to support the airborne army in Holland. Parachutes open as waves of paratroopers land in Holland during operations by the 1st Allied Airborne Army in September. Operation Market Garden was the largest airborne operation in history, with about 15,000 troops landing by glider and another 20,000 by parachute. The haystack at right softens the landing for this paratrooper who tumbles during operations in Holland by the 1st Allied Airborne Army on September 24th. In France, an American officer and a French resistance fighter are engaged in a street battle with German occupation forces during the days of liberation in August 1944 in an unknown city. People attempt to cross a damaged bridge in Cherbourg, France on July 27th. An American version of a sidewalk cafe in fallen La Haye-du-Puy, France. On July 15th, as Robert McCurdy from New Jersey, Harold Smith from Brush Creek, Tennessee, and Sergeant Richard Bennett from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, raise their glasses in a toast. A view from a hilltop overlooking the road leading into Saint-Lô in July. 2 French children in the foreground watch convoys and trucks of equipment move through their almost completely destroyed city en route to the front. Crowds of Parisians celebrating the entry of Allied troops into Paris scatter for cover as a sniper fires from a building on the Place de la Concorde. Although the Germans surrendered the city, small bands of snipers still remained on August 26th. After the French resistance staged an uprising on August 19th, American and Free French troops made a peaceful entrance on August 25th, 1944. Here, 4 days later, soldiers of Pennsylvania's 28th Infantry Division march along the Champs-Élysées with the Arc de Triomphe in the background. Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed these historical World War photos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.